Hey everyone, so today I'm just going to be showing you basics on how I made these 3 tie-dye t-shirts. So the first thing I needed obviously is dye. I just used a kit from Tulip. And then you're going to need something to tie-dye. I used 3 different t-shirts. And you'll need plastic bags, but we'll get to that later. And then of course some kind of gloves. To start off my first t-shirt, I just kind of swirled it, starting in the middle and just working your way outward. And you just spin it until you get to the very end, and then I tied it up with 3 different rubber bands to make kind of 6 wedges. And this is what my t-shirts look like once they were all tied up. The one on the bottom, I just started in one corner and kind of twisted the t-shirt and put rubber bands on it as I went down. And then the other one, I just spiraled, the same as the first. And here I am adding dye for the first time on the t-shirt with 6 wedges. And I'm just filling in one whole wedge with one color. This color is kind of like a purplish pink color. I don't remember exactly what it was called. And so I'm filling up that color, or that wedge, that color, and then I'm going to fill in the opposite wedge with the same color. And you just have to make sure that you get the front and the back of the shirt so that it's all evenly covered. Now here I'm just adding a second color to one of the wedges. This is just a coral color, and you're basically just going to do the same thing. Fill in an entire wedge, front and back, with this one color. And make sure you get the opposite wedge the same color. For the last 2 sections of this t-shirt, I just added a yellow dye. And then here is my second t-shirt I did. I didn't film the entire thing just because it's a pretty similar process to the first t-shirt. All I did was, instead of having 3 rubber bands, I used 2 to make 4 big wedges, and used a green dye to go along the rubber bands in kind of a cross shape. And in 2 of the wedges I used pink, and in 2 of the wedges I used yellow. And this will still create a similar spiral effect as the first t-shirt. Now, if you want something a bit more crazy and sporadic, here's an example that one of my friends did. And this is what her t-shirt looked like, just adding random rubber bands and random colors. Now this is my finished, well, sort of finished tie-dyed shirts. This bottom one, all I did was added random colors in little stripes. And then here's again the spiral t-shirts. The next important step is to make sure the dye soaks in really well. I left my t-shirts in plastic bags for probably about 24 hours, but you should at least do 6. Once they're ready to take out of the bags, I let them individually soak in a salt bath to help the dye absorb well. And the next and basically last step is to rinse out the t-shirt. Just rinse until the water runs as clear as possible. After your shirt's rinsed out, throw it in the dryer to lock in the final colors.
It's been 14 minutes I dropped you off and my mind's still racing. Never thought to think about it's all about you with your two left feet and how you just